Hello artists, welcome back to another edition of the Art and Soul series. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button if you find this information useful, and please keep watching if you're interested in finding out exactly what I mean by don't power through your art. If you're new to the Art and Soul series, it is a series where I dig deeper as artists to get past the surface, if you will, the creative surface, and really reach in deep and talk to you heart to heart about this sort of thing, soul to soul, artist to artist. When it comes to inspiration and our work, we've all been there. We've been on a roll, we've had the momentum going, and then all of a sudden we just sort of, and maybe it's not even all of a sudden, we just sort of lose our momentum whenever it comes to a specific piece or a painting. It could be a song if you're a musician, it could be a screenplay if you're a screenwriter. It doesn't really matter what type of medium you are and what type of creative person you are, you've lost your momentum. It's bound to happen because in this universe of artistic creativity, and we are the artists, so we are the channels of that particular consciousness of creativity, we're bound to have a certain ebb and flow. I have seen some particular YouTube videos, I'm not going to name any in particular, that, talk about, what to do if you're uninspired, and they say, push through it, power through it. I say, hell no, hell no. Here's why. Inspiration doesn't need to be coaxed. It just happens. Motivation comes from a place of having to push against something. You have to push through in order to make it happen. We don't have to make it happen, okay? Think of it in terms of being a musician, and for those of you who are watching this, I'm assuming you're a visual artist. And if you're a musician, listen up as well. Many artists in the terms of musicians, especially famous musicians, have tons and tons and tons of songs that they produce, that they go into the studio, they record, and then maybe they're just not feeling it, okay? If a musician finished every last song and then put them on albums, a lot of those songs would be subpar. People know that. People feel that. Fans feel that. So instead of producing every last song that they've ever written and powering through it, and then releasing this sort of subpar material on albums as finished pieces, they put it into a vault. They put it away for a while. It could be 10 years. So let's say said musician does that. They go back and they look at some of their old particular songs, their old work, and then they look at it and then they think, okay, let's see if we can do something with this. And then they release a B-side album, or they might take that particular song or a particular group of songs and then they finish them and they revamp them, and then it becomes a whole new creation altogether and it becomes something brilliant. If they had taken that song 10 years earlier and then tried to force it, then they would come up with something that just wasn't what it was supposed to be. Quentin Tarantino, one of my favorite all-time movie directors, shelved Kill Bill for an entire decade before it became what it is today. Now, because of the fact that Uma Thurman had scheduling conflicts, let's say, theoretically, Tarantino decided to hire a different actress. I'm sure he could have made it work, but it wouldn't have been the Kill Bill that we know of today and the masterpiece that it is if he had forced through it and was impatient and decided he wanted to do it anyways. So keep this in mind whenever you're thinking of your art or whatever creation that you're working on. In order to get back to that place of inspiration, step away from it. It's that simple. Go do something that's completely unrelated to art and that particular project. You can distract yourself by tuning out, going to do some meditation for 15 minutes. Go for a walk, go hang out with your kids, go watch a stupid movie, go watch a smart movie, go watch a few TED Talks, read a book. It doesn't really matter as long as you're distracting yourself. Go for a drive, go get an ice cream cone, and don't stress about it because you will get your mojo back. Now, you have to trust yourself and the universe that there will be a time and a place for this piece. It could be hours, it could be days, it could be weeks, it could be years. But there's a time and a place for it, and you'll find it. You have to learn to let it go for now in order for it to be something absolutely brilliant later on. You have to produce your masterpieces by way of many along your journey. That's what sketchbooks and cheap canvases are for, right? The key here is inspirational clarity, having a sense of clarity about what you want this to be. And maybe you absolutely have that vision, but you're just not finding the steam within you. It's okay. It's absolutely okay. That's what happens. We're artists. If we were turned on 1000% at all times, we would be absolutely manic, unfunctioning creatures, okay? So just remember that. We're supposed to have some place of monotony and mundane things going on in order for us to appreciate the contrast of that inspiration, of that beautiful place where everything is just flowing and it's working and it's effortless and it's beautiful and delicious and juicy and sexy, okay? That's what the contrast is there for. So you're not supposed to be inspired at all times. So don't power through that. Don't do it. Reach for that place of inspiration. But first, maybe go for a walk. It's absolutely amazing what will come to you whenever you just sort of calm your mind. Let's say you're thinking, well, Jane, I've got a deadline. This is a particular project that I'm working on. If you just don't have the steam in you, take 10 minutes. Just deadlines can wait for 5, 10, 15 minutes. It's okay. Or if you really don't like your job, go have that talk with your boss. Go look for another job. You can be brave, okay? Your life is short and fragile, so there's no point in being miserable. I'll put more links up here in that card section. I will put links down below for you to see all the rest of the Art and Soul series, and stay tuned to this channel to see more of that. Thank you for watching. Have a great week. Be sure to like and subscribe. We're bound to have it ebb and flow. The bottom line here is that you have to trust yourself and the okay. Musician to artist, artist to musician, creative muse to the whatever.